Rob Halford still says he loves the writing experience with Judas Priest. This the rock and roll weatherman. My name is Sean Morrison. He says it's so exciting. In a new interview with Columbia's radio Activa, Judas Priest lead vocalist Rob Halford spoke about how the band's songwriting has evolved over the course of the last 5 decades, and he says ideas, he calls them seeds, heavy metal seeds. I actually like that term. There are so many seeds going on all the time. He's like, I was looking for my phone because now I got a phone. It used to be a cassette recorder. I haven't lost my phone, but in my phone, there's hundreds of ideas that could be a lyric, a melody. I can think of that could be a whole song because at this point in my life, I can do things that couldn't do like 20 or 30 years ago. Yeah, back in the day with no internet and everything, you had the cassette recorder. You know, you had limited, however long the tape was, you had so much, space to put ideas on, etc. It's me talking, right? Of course. Halford goes on to say that he can sit and think and can compose a whole song in his head. He says it sounds crazy, but that's where he should be as a musician because he says like 50 years of musical experience he has. So once he's defined the idea of a song and the melody of the song, he creates the whole thing in his head vocally, and then he can't do it like Glenn Tipton, the Priest guitarist, as well as the former did it, like Glenn Tipton did it, or the former Priest guitarist K.K. Downing, or even the current guitarist Richie Faulkner, or can't do what Scott Travis does. But he's saying that is one way that he personally can make his music, and it's the same way that Glenn would collect his riffs, or Ken would collect his riffs, or Richie is collecting his riffs right now. All these seeds are put into the ground, and then will eventually turn into a big metal tree. I like the way Halford's saying that. That's exactly what it is. So it starts like that, and then you come together, and you sit with each other. Rob Halford continues saying one of the things he always felt that Priest grasped onto right from the early days was that if a singer sits with two guitar players, there's more energy, there's more ideas, there are more opportunities flying back and forth, and they've always paid dividends to the band as a trio, writing as a trio, which is still done now. So that's really been from British Steel, particularly up to British Steel. If you look at the composition, the writers' credits are all over the place. One song might be Glenn, one might be Ken, which is KK. Um, Another Rob. Then we got the British Steel. We use this great idea of being in the same room together, two guitars and a singer, and more opportunities seem to flood into the place that you're working from. He says it's great. Music can come to you out of the blue or wake him in the middle of the night with an idea. Put it on his phone, making notes, mental notes as well. He loves the writing experience. It's so exciting. He loves the thought of new music, new art, new creativity. He's blessed. He's so blessed. It's endless. He's blessed again. And he's got that energy and wonder. He's always wondering about what he can do next as a band, as Judas Priest. Friends, if you're not subscribed to the show, Morrison, YouTube channel, please do so. Everyone else has to subscribe. We thank much for the continued love, honor, and support. It is greatly appreciated. So what do you think about Rob Halford still loving the writing experience with Judas Priest? Your thoughts, friends. Shame, shame, shame.